Good evening from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Friday, June 18th market update. There was no economic data out today, and we also had a very uneventful quadruple witching day. On deck for Monday, we will get the monthly existing home sales number. The dollar was flat today. Gold, silver, and oil were up. Copper was down. Light sweet crude futures were up 39 cents to settle at $77.18 a barrel. So, looking at the dollar, just another doji day. If you can, let me take that. Little doji, not going anywhere. Over to the West Texas Intermediate Group point and figure chart. Still got this price objective of 95. Do have some trend line resistance here around 79.80. We're right here. So oil still looking pretty good. Over to the Dow. Dow closed up 16 points to 10,450. S&P closed up 1 point to 1,117. Nasdaq closed up 2 points to 2309, and the Russell closed up 1 point to 666. Still at the 666 again. The Dow and the Russell basically they had the large percent gain, up 0.13%, and the Nasdaq was the weakest, up 0.11%. Basically, all the indices were basically almost flat. There wasn't much movement going on at all today. Very choppy, go nowhere day. Volume was horrible. Volume across the indices were about 40 to 60% below average. There's no interest in playing. I guess everybody had taken care of addressing their options before today, obviously. And so we're looking at the Dow. We're still stuck here. We've got this come back here. If you touched here, here, and here, we're still stuck about right here. We're just real tight days, not going much of anywhere. MACD looks fine though. Over to S&P. S&P, we're still right up against this downtrend line right here. And this is the downtrend line based off of touching here and here. I mean, we've already passed the downtrend line, obviously, that was down through this area here. And we do have this resistance. We can't seem to overcome this 1120 area. 1,120-ish right in this area here. Still tight. Looking at the 60-minute chart. So here's you can see here the line off the daily. Then these orange colored lines are the 60-minute chart. So we've touched here, we've touched here, we've touched here, we've come all the way down here and touched here. We've definitely got a little coil going up. Looks like a rising wedge. So the MACD is going a little lower, but not that much. So I don't know, typically on tight consolidations like this, tight days for several days in a row, we break to the upside. I don't know if that's going to happen first of next week or not. Like I said, we do have kind of a wedge pattern going here. We've touched this line a whole bunch of times back. This is May 20th. So we'll find out, like I said, first of next week on the market will show us its hand if we're headed higher or headed lower. Look at the Nasdaq, very tight consolidation right here as well. After we had this big day here on the Nasdaq, and MACD looks fine too, and above a 30 and everything. In the Russell, we're still in the Russell, which there's actually, you can see a little bit of see the channel here, but on the 60-minute chart on the Russell, I've been showing you that we're still stuck, and this is like April. Up here to April 22nd, into April, and then we get into May, and we're just bouncing in this downtrend. A very slow process here, and we're up here and still haven't really been able to overcome this trend line area here. It seems to be a challenge, and the MACD is slowly sloping down, but not in any, not real a steep trajectory here. So again, not real sure. We need to wait till next week, and by then I would assume we're going to come out of this. The market will show its hand if we're headed break out higher or if we're going to roll over. So let's look at gold. Gold breaking out, got some volume coming in now. The MACD's finally curling back up. The MACD's kind of been flatline here on GLD. Nice good volume breaking out, but you know what, it's not very convincing. You would think if we break out of this ascending type triangle, it would be a massive breakout, but not so much. So of course, like I said, there's really low volume, not a lot of conviction. Silver's looking good. The MACD's turned back up. Silver's going a little bit higher. Euro. Euro is the euro is staying in this really another real tight, these little dojis here, pretty tight range, not moving a whole lot. We had this big selling day, the 16th, then the 17th had the buying, and then we had a little bit of a selling today actually on the 18th. So, it is above a 30. Again, we'll have to see where the euro goes, which I would assume would have, it has been affecting our market. As the euro goes higher, we hold up pretty well. Copper's one of my little bit of concerns because copper's been really weak. We had selling here and selling. We've had a lot of selling. I don't see much buying going on except clear back in here to the early May. And but we're not falling a lot either, but we have started kind of coming back down. The MACD's kind of rolling back over. So, and copper can be a leading indicator of us going up or down. And in this case, looks down. So we got all these mixed signals out there. It's kind of hard to tell until it happens. VIX though, VIX is broke below here of this support area the last couple of times it touched, but MACD is really low down here in the ditch, and you would expect it to pop back up. It's about as low as it's been in a long time. So as you can see, let's see here with VIX. Let's go over and look at the McClellan oscillator. And this is the NYSE McClellan oscillator, about where we were yesterday, about 50. So we're a little overbought, but not much. We'll take a look at today since it's Friday and no chart watch on Friday. And this is the NASDAQ McClellan oscillator, which is of course going to be a little. The other one was NYSE. So we're at 43. We were overbought up here near 60, but now we're in the overbought area, but not really quite overbought. Really need to be a little bit higher, but so that's kind of how the NASDAQ looks as far as the McClellan oscillator goes. Take a look at the sectors. So 10 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green today. Oil service index had the largest percent gain, up 1.77%. Home construction index was the weakest, again down 1.21%. It's been the weakest for several days in a row now. So if you're looking for something just kind of a scalp, a bounce, you might look at home construction possibly early next week, probably Monday or something. It might be due for a bounce. It's been hit pretty hard the last few days, some of the home construction stocks. Of course, there is no chart watch on Fridays, so of course I'll post my weekly watch list here on Sunday evening. Let's go take a look at some point and figures since it is Friday. Look at gold. So gold had a ascending triple top breakout today with 1,310 is still our price objective. So we're right here at about the 1,260 mark. So still a little more upside, but not a whole lot, up to 1,310 per the point and figure chart. Of course, it can take that out and go higher. Silver, bullish price objective 29. Silver's looking pretty good here on a buy signal. We're right here around 19. So got some more upside to silver. Copper still on a bearish price objective of $2.24. That's $2.24 is dollars. So yeah, copper's kind of got, I don't know what it's doing here, if it's going to have a triangle developing here, but it's making these lower highs. So copper's not looking too hot, which may not bode well for our market. And then over to the current market signals. Of course, we follow the point and figure chart for the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P. All of these are on buy signals now, and got some pretty lofty price objectives here. Of course, this can change easily in a day or two. So it depends on the news. So, but that's really all I have. There's really nothing. Pretty boring the last couple of days, and hopefully the excitement will pick up a little bit next week. All right, I'll post my weekly watch list out on Sunday evening, and that's it for today. Have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.